Welcome back to another exciting and thrill-filled adventure with DIY Nautical Dream. This is it. Last day. Moving day. We're moving out. It's been good. It's been fun. This is not the happiest day of our lives. Like most people say, the first day and the last day of the boat owners is their happiest day of the life. Can't say that's true here. But, circumstances cause us to have to decide to make a decision. And we don't want to open up another lease on another slip, so we're selling and we're moving. So that's it.
We'll miss you.
Renegade, we're gonna miss you. You provided years and years of fun and good times, seafair, 4th of July, family gatherings, and lots of fun with Avery and Sabrina on board, spending the night, anchored out. Yep, alright, well, we'll find another boat. We can't be any less than 2 boats, and this puts us down 1, so we'll figure something out. That's where we're at now. Anyways, see you later, Renegade. Long live Renegade.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi guys, welcome back.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Rich.
All right, so we have sad news.
Yeah, more
this
sad
week.
news, not necessarily bad news, but
All right, so continuing to our news.
yep. It's just not always easy. They say the first day and the last day of buying a boat is the best days of your life, owning a boat, but we would not agree with that. And selling a boat is not always easy. We become very attached to our powerboat, and our powerboat's name was Renegade. It was a 40-foot SeaRay sport fisher, and man, we had a lot of fun with that boat. But it's time to say goodbye and let her go and give her to somebody else that's going to use her and enjoy her, because we're just too tied up into this project to be able to have 2 boats at the same time. So it's just not easy. We're paying boatyard fees and boat moorage fees at the same time, and that's not really the issue. The issue is we're just not using the SeaRay very much, and we don't like to let Renegade sit for so long without any attention. So it's just time to let her go. And she's provided so much fun and memories to us over the years, and man, we just love that boat, and we still do, and it's just, we got to let her go. It's been fun at Seafair, friends and family, 4th of July, weekend outings, just having fun and adventures. So long, and we'll see you, Renegade. You've been lots of fun for us, and we've had a lot of memories, and it's time to part ways. So
That was a tough
yeah, it was not easy.
day.
And man, you'd be surprised how much stuff a person could put on a boat. We had no idea how much stuff was on that boat until it was time to move off. So anyways, and it wasn't really our choice. We had circumstance came up. We lost our lease on the slip where Renegade was moored, and so we just took that as our sign to try to move on. And so we put her up for sale, and pretty much had to give away price. We had to let her go, and we have a buyer taking her. So
Yeah.
anyways, that's where we're at with that. So it's going to be kind of a short episode, and it's going to be all centered around saying goodbye to Renegade. So anyways, that's where we're at. Here's a couple of views of Renegade from over the years when we were out using her. She was a 40-foot SeaRay sedan bridge sport fisher. Had a really big back deck on it with lots of teak on it, and a big fly bridge up top that could sit 5 easily. And we just love taking this boat out. And she never ever let us down. She was a lot of fun. And just kind of one of those things where, it's time to move on. It's not an easy decision to make. Let's take a quick look underneath the floor and see what powers this SeaRay Sportfish sedan bridge. It has twin 454 Crusaders, 350 horsepower each, gas powered, and this thing will get up and go. Has plenty of power. Before any potential buyers could come look and do a walkthrough or anything like that, we needed to wash this boat. It had been sitting for a while. We would come down and stay on it on the weekends and use it as kind of like a home base before transiting up to the boat, our sailboat up in the Everett boatyard, and so it was convenient for that. But she had sat for a while and was getting dirty, and so first thing we needed to do was be able to wash her and pressure wash the outside, clean her up, bring her back to her beautiful self. You'd be surprised how dirty a boat gets just sitting at the marina tied up to the dock, but believe it or not, they get dirty pretty quick. And this old girl, she cleans up real nice, and she always shows her beauty right after a good washing, and that was no different this time. And somehow this time we cleaned her a little bit better, tried to make her look a little bit nicer, and hopefully she didn't know what was coming her way, but she was about to lose us as her owners. Well, it's time to get at the task of cleaning the interior of this boat. We pretty much lived on and off this boat many times, went on lots of long trips, and so you kind of tend to collect a few things that aren't necessarily needed at the time, but they end up staying and making their home there. So we had a lot of that going on the inside of this boat. Over the years we made some upgrades, changed out some seats, brought in some bowler chairs, stuff like that, and really made this boat a fun place to hang out and spend weekends, watching movies, having dinners, doing barbecues, whether at the dock or out away from the dock, whatever. So we started cleaning the boat, and at first we were thinking of all the positives and how much fun it's going to be able to focus on the new sailboat and all these things. And so we kind of just put our little energy into it and started making some headway cleaning her out. And man, we collected a lot of stuff over the years. It was shocking to see how much was actually inside this boat. Sleeping quarters on this boat consisted of twin bunk beds, which was on the right side of the boat, and their own little door and a little heater and everything in there, kind of keep them all a little cozy and warm. And then up front, we'd have the master cabin, which was a pretty good sized bed for baby and I to sleep in. The only downside about that was the low headspace above the bed. There'd be a few occasions where we'd wake up quickly in the middle of the night and bump our head, things like that. So that got to be a common occurrence, but otherwise it was pretty roomy and we really liked it. One of the nice features on this boat was that it had a fairly roomy head on it and a really nice stand-up shower stall, which we really liked that. That was really nice for getting ready for work and things like that, but it just a really good sized head on this boat. And the other plus was it was VacuFlush, which was a VacuFlush marine sanitation system built in, and that thing worked really good. But on the rare occasions when it didn't work, it usually meant getting your hands dirty. But for the most part, it worked really well, and we really liked that. And this is a view moving aft from the forward cabin. It had a nice little hallway here with the water tanks were underneath the floorboard, which were really easy to get to as well. So yeah, it's kind of a nice little layout on this boat. Now on this boat, it was equipped with two helms. You could drive down below in the main salon area, or you could drive up top on the flybridge. We always drove from up top on the flybridge. There was one time I think we were in a storm coming back, and I drove from down below. But otherwise, I like the view from up top for coming in and out of the marina and docking. Just a lot of visibility up on top that you can't get from inside driving down below. This boat was equipped with good communications. Although we never ever broke down, this boat never ever left us stranded. We never had any problem coming back. There was one time we came back on one engine, but other than that, we never ever broke down, never needed to call for help. But if we ever needed to, it would always be there. If we had to, we had radios so we could get in touch with help. So this is sea trial day. The buyer already did a walkthrough previous day before this, and today was the day to take her out and do a sea trial with the potential buyers. Kept asking myself, why are we doing this? What are we doing? Why are we selling this boat? We don't want to get rid of her. I even said that to the potential buyers, and he was like, what? You're not backing out now, are you? And I'm like, no, I'm not backing out. And little did I know that my wife was down below crying, and I was even having a hard time choking back the tears myself. It was an emotional day. We just, got put into a situation where we had to move the boat or sell her, and we just thought it would be easier to sell her than to try and hold on and find another marina that we could start mooring her at again. In Washington State, trying to find a marina, a slip where you can rent it for a year or 6 months even, they're just not easy to find on a moment's notice. We had 30 days to get out of this slip. the owner that owned the slip we were renting it from sold it and then gave us a 30-day notice to move. Rotten deal. It wasn't something we wanted to deal with, but we figured, well, this was our sign to get rid of the boat, and so we gave it a barn burner price and sold it for pretty much giveaway. And sure enough, the owners liked it and they wanted to buy it after taking them out on the sea trial. Everything worked out perfect. This is it. Last day. Moving day. We're moving out. It's been good. It's been fun. This is not the happiest day of our lives. Like most people say, the first day and the last day of the boat owners is their happiest day of the life. Can't say that's true here. But, you know, circumstances cause us to have to decide to make a decision. And we don't want to open up another lease on another slip. So we're selling and we're moving. So that's it.
We'll miss you.
Renegade, we're going to miss you. You provided years and years of fun and good times. Seafair, 4th of July, family gatherings, and lots of fun with Avery and Sabrina on board, spending the night, anchored out. Yep, all right. Well, we'll find another boat. You know, we can't be any less than 2 boats, and this puts us down 1, so we'll figure something out. That's where we're at now. Anyways, see you later, Renegade. Long live Renegade. Man, did we have a lot of stuff on this boat. I cannot believe we filled the entire bed of the truck full of boxes and bins of things that we had stored away on that boat. And that's not even all of it. We gave away a lot of it to the new buyers and said, hey, here you go. Here's your starter kit. And so, yeah, we didn't even take it all with us. So one of the things we'd like to do next is kind of go down memory lane a little bit and share some of the fond memories we have that we made with this boat while we had her, while she was ours and part of our lives. It's kind of our way of just paying tribute and saying goodbye to a boat that provided us so much fun and was a part of our family and part of our memories for so many years. So way back in the beginning, when we first brought Renegade home, one of the first things we wanted to do was to bring those teak decks back to their former glory. As you guys all know, we really love teak and we love the teak decks. And so this was our first challenge. We wanted to see how beautiful we could make this deck look. And so we dove right in, and it was definitely some hard work. Well, you guys know by now, we're kind of gluttons for punishment. And so a little bit over time, we started to bring these decks back to their former glory, and they really started to pop, and they were really starting to look beautiful. We were pretty impressed ourselves. This was kind of one of our first big projects we took on. We were very surprised on how beautiful this wood came back looking, and we were really impressed. And each day we were out working on it, people were walking up and down the dock, and they wanted to talk to us and tell us how happy they were to see us bringing this boat back to her beauty, and they'd want to talk and chat about it a little bit. It was a lot of hard work, but we really like to do the hard work because the rewards in the end are so great. This was one of our first real fun projects we did with this boat. One of the first things we wanted to do with this boat was have the girls and baby and I go to Andrews Bay and anchor out, do some swimming, just have some fun, let the girls jump off the boat.
You guys are just saying that because you want me to get in. Shark? Is it a shark in there? What? Shark? Yeah. Big one?
Some of the other fond memories we have are going to Seafair with the boat, spending the night out on Saturday night, anchored out, and then getting up early Sunday morning and going to see the boat races and just enjoying the air show and the whole atmosphere and seeing everybody having fun and people watching and boat watching and just enjoying summertime in Seattle on Lake Washington. And the way it works when you're at Seafair on Lake Washington is once the Blue Angels and the air show is over, then they open up Andrews Bay, and so a lot of the boats want to go back there and anchor in the bay and party and swim and hang out. And of course we're no different, right? We want to go back there and do the same thing, and so we all try to hurry back there and get a spot to anchor real quick before all the boats crowd in, and then you sit back, hang out, barbecue, listen to music and people watch and just enjoy summertime on Lake Washington. It's just one of the things we like to do. One of the nice features about the SeaRay was it has bunk beds, and the girls really love the bunk beds, and so they were always comfortable spending the night there and sleeping in the bunk beds. And after a long day of swimming, they slept pretty good. and they were really hard to wake up in the mornings, and sometimes we had to resort to other alternatives to wake them up.
Wow! Wow!
Sometimes we'd run down to the boat right after work. We'd only have maybe an hour or two. Just go out to the center of the lake, shut the motor off, let it drift a little bit, hang out, just relax. It was always nice just to be able to kind of unwind, and felt like we were getting away from it all when really we were just right next to it all. Moments from shore, but it was all right. We were just on the boat having a good time. Other times we'd drive down to the boat after work just to go get dinner. We'd hop in the boat, shoot across the lake, go over to Ivar's, grab some fish and chips, either eat it there at the dock or go out to the middle, shut the engines off and have dinner, go back to the dock and then go home or stay the night. Well, in case I didn't mention it before, we like to eat at the boat as well. And this boat came with a really well-equipped galley down on it, which was a lower galley. And baby was always at home cooking meals for us or preparing the hamburger buns and the fixings that went on that. And I'd be out back barbecuing. Mom and Dad, the girls, we always like to have a good time hanging out on the boat, eating on the boat, anchored somewhere in the summertime. Summertime was always a lot of fun on Renegade. Sometimes we'd just go out and go swimming, go over to Andrews Bay, hang out on Seafair, watching the boat races, the Blue Angels. The girls would be in the water swimming, jumping on the float toy. We'd always have some music playing in the background, just hanging out and relaxing. We always had some food or snacks going on, either inside or hanging out on the back deck. The girls even wanted to try inner tubing behind the boat a couple of times, so we did that. It was pretty wild. The wake is pretty big on that boat, and they got quite the ride. But they were having fun, and we were making memories, and that's what it's all about, hanging out on Renegade. There was even a few times we'd stretch the legs on Renegade and go a little farther than we normally go, head up through Mountain Lake Cut, over to the locks, cross out in the Puget Sound, and head over to Blake Island, spend a weekend there, do some hiking and looking around and just enjoying being on a boat in Puget Sound. What's better than that? One of the nice things about the location where the boat was at was we could get there easily and quickly right after work. And so oftentimes we go down there right after work and just take off, go grab a bite to eat somewhere, or maybe take off and go just for a cruise a little bit after work. Sometimes we go a little farther than we probably should have, and then of course I'd promise we'd be back in time before dark. Didn't always work out that way, so sometimes we'd have to haul a little butt to get back quickly, and it was dark out. Boy, the 454s never let us down. Taking Renegade out at Seafair was always a good time. Sometimes we take the parents out with us and show them what a crazy place it was out there, and hanging out up on the flybridge up on Renegade was always a good time. Gives you a good vantage point. You can look all the way around and see what's going on. Great place for people watching, just seeing everybody having fun out in the summertime, out on Lake Washington, enjoying the summer and Seafair all together. If we were taking Renegade out for Seafair, we usually spend the night out there the night before, or get up real early on the morning of and get a spot before it gets too crowded, anchor out. Just a lot of fun, and that's something we're going to miss not being able to do out on Renegade anymore. It's good memories, fun times. She never let us down. We always had a good memory coming away when we were after a weekend on Renegade. And we'll have to remember her for the fun times we had. It's just the way it is. Time to move on. We loved Renegade like a family member. We enjoyed spending time with her, either at the dock or out away from the dock. It didn't matter what we were doing, as long as we were out there on the water, having a good time, relaxing. I think if she was a little bit bigger in length, we probably would have moved on full time and made it a home on the water. It was really nice. The only thing we really couldn't do was our laundry on this boat. We had everything else we needed most of the time. We loved the big back deck on this boat. It was well lit at nighttime, a really good place to hang out in the hot summertime evenings. Boy, in the summertime that teak would burn your feet if you were walking barefoot on it. we'd have to move pretty fast. We'd have to double time it because our feet would be getting really hot on that hot teak deck, but it was so beautiful, it was always worth it. We just love this boat. It's hard to let go, it's hard to say goodbye. We were very attached. It's been good, it's been fun. This is not the happiest day of our lives. Like most people say, the first day and the last day of the boat owners is their happiest day of their life. Can't say that's true here. See you later, Renegade. Long live Renegade.
All right, so thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video and get to see a part of one of our other boats that we really enjoyed and spent many years, having fun. So, all right, so that's where we're at.
All right, so stay tuned, guys, to our next week update.
Yep, we'll get back on the project and we'll start making some progress on that.
All right, so if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe
Down below. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. We appreciate it and hope you enjoyed the video. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See ya. Now there's a nice looking shell. I'd keep that one.
And what's that?
My idea. Oh, we got a boat coming. It's this guy. Nice. Dang. 5 engines on the back. That was sweet.